It is indeed April Fools, and I hope that all of you out there enjoyed my little face reveal earlier today. I do want to thank Mike from Laughing Stock Media for helping me with that. And actually, ironically enough, I have Mike from Laughing Stock Media here to do this Geekdom Q&A. How are you, Mike?
Or do I have him here? Who knows? Are we the same person or are we not? Find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball GT.
If that's the case, brother, then I'm more talented at changing my voice than Chris Sabat. So, which, he doesn't change his voice that much. But yeah.
You can tell Chris Abbott, like in anything he does, you can still tell it's him.
You can tell it's him.
No, he's great.
Right, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're answering questions from the Ask.fm here on this lovely Friday. I hope everybody's having a great Friday, April Fools, whatever. Even though on your screen right there in the lower right, it says March 30th. Right? That's because my clock is wrong. We're actually taping this on Friday, right, Mike?
That's the real April Fool of it all.
This is actually live.
Yeah. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
All right. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and take some questions. Can you do a vid with Comics Explained soon? I would love to.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Battleizer? Mine is the original from In Space, the season that had you going to space. Yeah, I wonder what happened in Space. I like the Battleizers from In Space, but I like the Time Force ones more.
Inside space.
That's right. That's the Hadir version. Mike from Laughing Stock Media, did you watch Power Rangers in Space?
Of course. I liked there was this one scene I remember. I feel like they did
Tracy Lynn Cruz is what I like.
Yeah, like I liked pretty much all of it. That was like the last. I think that I liked Turbo a little bit, but that's basically the cutoff point. But didn't they do movies based on that?
They did one Turbo movie, which was the pilot, or not the pilot, but it was like the first chapter of the Turbo series. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like I liked it up. I liked up until whichever one came third, and then I was pretty much, I was like, I don't really like where they're going with the direction. Not to mention, I never liked the ending of the original Power Rangers series. Like it was so.
Well, did you go back to In Space, though? Did you come back and watch In Space? Do you remember it at all?
I haven't rewatched in recent years, but I remember some of it. Like, I remember there was that one scene where the big villain at the time was, like, kamikazed by another villain and he killed him, and, like, they took both of them out at the same time. That's pretty much the only thing I can remember of that series, except there's also this one scene where the kid from space, Andros, or whatever his name was, which I always thought was funny because it was like Andros from Star Fox, like he was like interacting with some like Earth environments, and they were just like, "What the hell is the matter with you?"
It was
because he was like fish out of water. Yeah,
yeah. That was it was. I actually liked that season. It grew on me. That season is actually a lot better when you grow up. I think.
Yeah.
How accurate is the original Dragon Ball dub? It's funny because somebody...
Perfectly accurate.
No,
every single thing they say in it is correct. And as we know, Frieza is a woman. And that whole scene where...
No, he's talking about Dragon Ball, not Z.
Oh, okay. But still. Yeah, well, there's only Dragon Ball Z. I don't know what you're talking about. He just forgot the Z. The story begins with Raditz, doesn't it?
That's right. Oh, God. That's a good I guess, impression of the ignorant folk out there. The original Dragon Ball dub, somebody commented on the Kanzenshu board recently about this. They were talking about how the original dub is marvelous. It's really not marvelous, okay? There's a lot of dub changes. The voices are better and more experienced by then, but it's really not. It's better than Z. Like, I would say in terms of, like, comparison to other anime, I would say it's probably like a 4 out of 10, maybe a 5 out of 10.
Well, I mean, it depends on which anime you're talking about, I guess, because
like
I've seen a lot of bad.
Anime. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are some great dubs out there. But yeah, I mean, it's good. Like, I like it. I don't think it's bad. I think it's better than at least early Z.
It's better than the Z dub for sure, but I don't think it's that great. But it's
and
not
Yu
that
Yu
horrible
Hakusho's
either.
dub is better, to be honest.
Way better. I would say it's more of a 5 out of 10, I would say, for Dragon Ball dub. How strong do you think was Chi-Chi when she fought in the 23rd Budokai? Compared to other... right? Compared to other characters like, I don't know, Yamcha, because she beat Yamcha from 22nd Budokai from Sunline. Well, first of all, I don't care about how strong she was. I care about how fuckable she was, because Chi-Chi was so goddamn fuckable in that 23rd Budokai. She shows up and you're seeing those curves and they have that pan-up shot. Me and
I love that
Zeon,
scene with Goku where he's like, "I know what my heart says." It's like, bitch, that's not your heart, Goku. That's something else far down below.
Zeon and I have both perved out over Chi-Chi. So
Yeah.
yeah. So do you think she was stronger than Yamcha from this 22nd tournament? I would say no.
I mean, like, she made it through the preliminaries up until Goku, but no, I doubt it. Like, she doesn't know how to blast. She doesn't know how to do energy blasts or to fly or anything like that. So I doubt that she's as strong as Yamcha.
I agree with you. I really don't think so. Zarbon versus Jeez. All right.
Well, that's not much of a question.
God. Like, this is one of those. Like, I'm not gonna insult this guy. I'm not going to. I'm tempted to, but rewatch the series. This is all I'm gonna say. Just rewatch the series because this is not. Here's the thing, guys. Let me just say something. We'll go on a tangent for a minute. The Geekdom Q&As. I like answering questions. What I don't like to do is I don't like answering questions that are answered in the series and are obvious. Like, okay, if somebody asks me a question like, "Hey, you know, like, okay, like, how long did this person do this, or what does this mean?" I can answer that. Like, if you missed a small little line here and there, I can get it. But when there's something as obvious as this, Zarbon versus Jeez, like, I'm just like mind blown. You know, like,
Yeah.
did you not pay attention? Like, I don't.
I don't know.
Just watch the series.
Yeah, it's obvious. Like, if you watch
you
that
could be
arc.
the most casual fan and know the answer to that. You know, I'm just saying, rewatch it. Maybe you saw it out of order. Would you be interested in seeing a Super Saiyan God squared, as in 6 groups of 6 Saiyan all do the ritual, and then 6 gods spawn from that, put their power into one original DX1? I don't think so.
That'd be dumb.
Where the hell are they gonna get 6 groups of 6, bro? Kaba? I mean,
Vegeta and Goku are gonna have to do a lot of work.
a lot of work. All right, take this one, Mike.
Do you think it would be possible for one of the other Shadow Dragons to absorb the Dragon Balls to become Omega, and we would see a different variation of him, or do you think it's a cell-absorbing 17-18 situation? I don't think that they ever said, like, did they ever say that Sin is the only one who can do it?
No, I do believe that any of the dragons could have done it. I am very under the belief of that.
It makes me wonder if, say, Omega, if Nova Shenron did it, if you'd actually be more powerful because of his techniques. Like, imagine with all the power of the others and then doing that, like, Hell's Furnace technique or whatever it was called, the where he heats up in that giant ball that he used against Omega Shenron.
Yeah, he would have burned the entire planet apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that any of the dragons could do it, but there's no information that confirms that here anywhere. Satan versus Bora. I'm gonna go with Satan, honestly. Yep.
I don't know. I mean, Bora was taking bullets to the chest and stuff when he actually like increased his muscle mass.
You know what? That's a good point. I totally forgot about that. Bora wins then.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Satan is really strong for a human, but Bora, I think, knows how to use ki to some degree.
Yeah, Bora is a human though.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Take this one.
From
John Alspatch.
Seems a bit coincidental, but why is it that all Frieza's race are basically evil dicks, you racist? Would you think that there would at least be one who wasn't a colossal deuce nozzle? I would love for DBS. I'd love for DBS to at least introduce one black sheep that doesn't kick puppies. What would you think about it? Sure. I mean, just so that, you know, in this one case, racism is not correct. You can't just say, oh, all of them are bad because they're Frieza race. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess the closest we're going to come to it is like Froze, and those who don't know who Froze is, look it up, or I'll do a video about it. Or any of the custom characters from Xenoverse. Other than that, like, no, we haven't seen a good one. I'm sure there's good ones out there. Maybe they're all dead. Maybe Frieza and Frost killed them. I don't know. Why do white people like eating raw steak? Well, lucky for you, I happen to have a white person on the line. Mike, why do you white people like eating raw steak? Ugh.
I don't, because that's disgusting.
Well, you know what's funny is, I will say this, all right? When I was younger, my dad used to always tell me, like, because my dad used to love his steak burnt to a crisp, you know, well done. And my dad never understood why these Americanos, as he called them, not white folks, Americanos, would eat steak with the pink inside. Now, as I grew older, I started to change my taste, because when I was younger, I used to love my well-done steak. as I grew older, I preferred it either medium well or medium. I'm okay with that. Anything below that, medium rare I can digest once in a while. Rare or very rare to where it's bleeding or where it actually has ice on it, that doesn't do it for me at all.
I think it's, for me, one of the reasons is that it's, you know, I like it
and it's also
warm
unhealthy
throughout. Yeah, I mean, I also like it warm throughout. So if I get a steak that's warm, but in the middle it's cold, I'm not going to eat it. Like,
no, I won't either.
That's just gross to me.
It's
but I know
gross to
people
me.
who eat like raw hamburger meat. Like, I've known people who do that, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's actually a Lebanese dish that's made up of raw meat, and you eat it. You literally take the meat, you prepare it a certain way, and you put like olive oil on it, and you eat it just like that. It's just not for me. So how do you get your steak then? How do you, when you go to a restaurant, you order a steak? How do you get it?
I get it about medium.
Yeah, medium well, medium for me.
I mean, it's in between getting cooked and getting, you know, still having some juice and stuff. So I like it medium. I used to get it well done all the time, but medium for me is the best way to go right now.
Do you think Omega Shenron can absorb the Super Dragon Balls? No.
He's a different dragon completely.
Not to mention that the GT and Super timelines don't go together. Do you think Funimation should just put the Buu Saga of Kai out on Blu-ray without it being broadcast, because we should get super dubbed as soon as possible? I can't really talk about this, but just be patient. I keep saying that. Just fucking be patient.
I mean, the only thing that bothers me about it is that I hate the time slot that Toonami's in right now. Like, who's, like, the target audience for Dragon Ball, at least in the United States.
Should be in the afternoon, you think?
Yeah, I mean, like, back in the day, like, Cartoon Network got gigantic with a lot of the help from Toonami, and then the guy who came in, I don't remember his name, but he was an idiot and got rid of Toonami for the most part, and then he actually did get rid of it after he moved it, like, over and over and minimized it.
Was that the guy who decided to put Batman, of the Tim Burton movie and Goosebumps on Cartoon Network? Live action. Yeah,
he wanted to do live action stuff. I think I remember when he first came in, he was doing like a bunch of live action shows, and nobody liked them.
That kind of goes against what Cartoon Network is.
Yeah, so he was terrible. I feel like if they bring in, you know, like if they were to do Buu Saga Kai, if they ever do release it, they should put it in,
if it's gonna come out.
I mean, whenever it does, like that, and like the Hunter x Hunter dub, stuff like that. They put it in the afternoon. They focus Toonami's block around it. I think it'll do really well.
I think if you put One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Hunter x Hunter on there, I think it would do very well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And maybe One Punch Man if they can get down with. Even though it's only 12 episodes, still that would be good for a season. I agree. Now, here's a good question for us. Go ahead and take it.
Let me see. Hey, I want to keep my Blu-ray collection in good shape and clean. Will they be okay if I keep them in closed drawers? That's where I have them. And there's some I haven't yet removed from the shrink wrap because I'm worried about dust. Thanks. Well, I mean,
he's over worrying a little bit.
If you don't constantly clean them, even if they're on a shelf, they're still going to get dusty. Like, I have stuff that's on a shelf that's dusty right now. So, I mean, wherever you want to keep them is fine. Like, I have drawers full of, you know, DVDs and movies and video games and stuff. And I mean, it's fine for the most part. The main reason to keep them on a shelf is to display them so you could see them.
Yeah, you're over worrying, bro. As long as you keep the actual disc inside of the case, you're fine. Because if the case gets messed up, you can just get another case. I mean, that's not even. And plus, dust is not going to ruin the case. You just put some of that spray air, pss, pss, you know, and you wipe it down. That's it. Like, you know, or you dust it. I mean, it's. I don't know why you're worried about dust if the disc is inside the case. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Will you buy the DBZ season Blu-rays? The cover art, improved Japanese audio, and extras make them worth the price per set. I don't need to because I have the Dragon boxes. That's kind of it. Like, the cover art, I'm not going to spend $25-$30 a disc for cover art. I'm not going to do that. I will never do that. Especially since I can print the fucking shit out myself. Like, I'm not going to do that. The Japanese audio is only slightly improved. It's not improved enough for me to justify paying $30. And the extras, there aren't even any extras on there. So, will I ever buy them? Maybe. Maybe I'll get them if they drop down to like $10 a pop. Other than that, I'm not spending $30 for a series that I've already spent. You guys have to understand something. And a lot of people don't know this, including you, Mike. I don't even know if you know this, but I've invested so much money into Dragon Ball to where I've purchased a series several times throughout the years, fan subbed. I've burned it myself. I bought bootlegs of it. I bought legitimate versions of it. I bought the Dragon boxes. I bought the Ocean dub. Like, I've already spent so much money on this series that I can't justify spending money again. Like, I just can't. Even if like Toei were to put out a legitimate Blu-ray release, I still don't know if I'd buy that right away.
I mean, it depends on what, for me, it depends on what it is and how passionate I am about it. Like,
if you have the Dragon boxes, you don't need the season sets.
Yeah, for all we know, they're going to try and continue to upscale them, over and over. We'll have to see how that works out.
Well, that's fine, but we're talking about just these Blu-rays. I don't see a reason to buy them if you've already got Dragon boxes.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got the orange bricks, you should upgrade.
Yeah, and they're obviously going to be better.
Will you ever do a video about the Crane School? I might, maybe. I don't know yet. I have to see how I can actually make it into a video, but it's possible.
Will you ever do a video about how big Bardock's dick is?
Maybe. You can be on that video. Take this one.
Super Saiyan 4 versus Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan in terms of design. Now, I love both of the designs of both of those. They're both like up there as my favorite transformations, so I really don't know if I can pick, to be honest. I like both of them like a lot. So I don't know if I could really say which one's better.
I think a lot of people love SS4 because it's so unique and different. So I think that one might edge it out. However, I love the aura and the simplicity of the blue hair.
The aura looks awesome. Like when in their transformation scenes, always look awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I can't really say which one. I kind of lean towards Super Saiyan 4 only because it's different. Like it's a lot more different. Than SSGSS in some ways, which is kind of just a blue-haired Super Saiyan. But I still love both of them.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Awais Ahmed has a few questions. We're going to answer a couple of them. We're going to answer them all. What did you think of when you first saw Kabe transform for the first time? How did it make you feel? Well, we haven't seen it yet because the episode hasn't aired yet. Even though several of our friends, which I respect, but I don't respect this, used that thumbnail for a review for last week's episode, which kind of pissed me off because that's in the next episode preview for this week's episode. So you can't use that as a screenshot for last week's episode. I think it's clickbait. I mean, I hate using that word again. I'm sick of the word clickbait, but that's what it is. I'm tired of it, but that's what it is. So we haven't seen it yet.
I think the only way that it's fine is if you're doing like predictions and heavily talking about like the next episode preview.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about episode 36 review.
Yeah.
No, come on. Eat a dick. So we haven't seen it yet, bro. I'll let you know in a week. Well, I probably won't let you know. Do you think Planet Salad is an advanced technological planet, or will it be more primitive and down to earth like? Will the Saiyans come visit Universe 7 Earth? Probably no to the second question, and yes, I do think it's technological.
I mean, it has to be, considering the fact that they specifically have said that they go around the universe defending it. So obviously they have to have like space travel,
at least on the level of the planet Vegeta.
Even the original Saiyans had space travel because that's how they got to Plant in the first place.
Yes, absolutely. They had technology ahead of time. Go ahead and take this one.
All right, let's see. Where is the Namekian Book of Legends, and why hasn't Piccolo acquired it yet to further his knowledge and gain new heights of power can possibly appear or be mentioned in Super? It already was mentioned, and probably will never appear because Toriyama doesn't care.
Yeah, whatever. Which is worse, the edited for TV? This is the worst Q&A ever. What is worse, the edited for TV DBZ funny dub or Nicktoons Kai? It's actually the best Q&A ever.
Nicktoons Kai.
Nicktoons Kai, bro. The blue Mr. Popo kills it for me. I'm sorry. Well, not Nicktoons. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Not Nicktoons.
4Kids.
4Kids. Yeah, Nicktoons is all right. So I guess it would be the Z dub.
4Kids sucks at everything.
Yes. I'm so glad.
Go out of business.
I'm so glad you're here for this. Please take this because these people. Okay, you read the question, I'll answer it.
Laughingstock Media said he heard that from some people Toriyama handed Toei a binder of 10 years real-world time worth of material for Super. Have you heard whether or not this could be accurate?
Okay. Number one, he heard that from me.
Yeah.
Number 2, and you're here to verify, he never said real world time.
No,
I said on a God, these people are, some of you people, bro, not all of you guys, but the people who take everything so literal. I said Toriyama handed Toei 10 years worth of material based on the new lore he's introduced. I didn't say 10 years real world time. I didn't say he literally handed them a binder. I'm saying with the creation of Kaba, Hit, Frost, Magetta, that's 10 years worth of material for video games, for manga, and for TV. I don't understand how, like, and this is the problem with this community, is that they take things like so literal sometimes, and misinformation spreads. Because I know what you're talking about, because you and I talked about it. That's where you got it from.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Fuck, bro. Have you ever said literally 10 years?
No, I never said literally 10 years. I said the 10 years line, but I said that now this could be video games. This could be a combination of all these different works. I never said that Dragon Ball Super is literally going to last for 10 years. That's like, obviously that's insane to suggest that.
Come on, man. Like, don't take, it's just dumb. Like, they're saying he heard from some people. That's not even what you said. Like, don't misconstrue what really is going on. What I think happened was this person heard from somebody else, and that's how misinformation spreads. I mean, get out of here, bro.
Yeah. That's what usually happens.
How likely is it Super will continue at least a year? I did a video on it. Check it out. Did a video last week on it. Go check it out. Who composed the Westwood dub BGM? I believe that was recycled BGM from Mega Man, but I could be wrong on that. I have to check it out. I could be wrong on that. I don't know if it's the same people that did that. Take this one, Mike.
Do you think it's lazy to an extent that Frost and Kaba have the exact same transformations as their Universe 7 counterparts? I know that they're supposed to be
We don't know that
same.
yet for Kaba, but go ahead.
Yeah. I know that they're supposed to be almost the same, but with slight differences. I thought the transformations would have been included in the differences. What do you think? Now, in terms of Frost, maybe, just because the fact that if Frieza could really make everything look exactly like what he wants it to look like, as he said in Resurrection F, as far as we know, like he was referring to all of his forms, then realistically you would assume that Kaba or Frost would have had different transformations, but I don't really mind it, to be honest. Like, he's basically just Frieza. Like, he's done everything just like Frieza, so I think that they're trying to suggest that their differences aren't that gigantic.
Yeah, I did a video about this also with Super JAYAIN and BLACKENFIST about Frost. And yes, we kind of figured out that I guess everybody from that race has similar transformations. So as a result of that, like, that's where we got that from. We believe that the golden Frieza was that was different. That was more of an evolution than a transformation. But that's something that we never even thought was possible until Frost. So Frost pretty much changed kind of what we know about that race. Will any of the DB movies ever be released in 4K? You gotta...
If they're made in 4K, or if it's possible for them to upscale it. The thing is, like, what was the millimeter of the film that they actually shot it on and put on TV?
I'm pretty sure it was 35 millimeter. Those movies were not overly done 70
well,
millimeter.
with 35 millimeter, you're referring. Okay, he's just referring to movies. With 35 millimeter, it could be upscaled to 6K. So realistically, yes, we could get it in 4K and up.
But it's gonna look it's gonna have a lot of grain. I just don't think it's gonna be that great for that show.
It's gonna like, obviously, since they're transferring it to, I mean, K is obviously, digital, so they're probably gonna do some cleaning up. We'll have to wait and see how it looks, because obviously it wasn't originally, meant to be like shown in that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was shown in theaters, but when you take a big theater size image and you put it on a screen, you could see a lot of stuff a lot more clearly. Which is why, some Blu-rays look worse nowadays, like because like more mistakes are revealed.
Not to mention that the Dragon Ball movies themselves were all filmed. They were not digital originally. So
we'll have to,
but it's too soon to even think about this. Like, 4K isn't even like a big medium yet.
The thing is that Japan too, I feel like a lot of people don't know about this. Japan is actually investing billions of dollars into their telecommunications to make all TVs and all stations in Japan 8K compatible. So they're basically just going to surpass 4K right away.
That's going to take some time though.
Yeah.
So a couple more questions we'll get out of here. First of all, How many 4K Blu-rays do you have? None.
None.
'Cause I don't have a 4K TV. It's not a big medium yet.
Yeah.
All right, now here's a good question. Why do so few people watch cable nowadays? Because with a la
Nothing
carte,
good on.
well, not just that. With a la carte entertainment like Netflix, Hulu, and the internet, there's almost no reason to watch cable. I mean, that's real shit.
I was watching it just yesterday again because I rarely ever watch TV. And it's just like there's nothing on, and even when there is something on, it's just all the commercial. It's just not really enjoyable to watch compared to say Netflix or YouTube or these various other mediums.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. All right, last question. Take it, Mike.
If Broly somehow participated in the Cell game or fought against Majin Buu, how much of an advance would he give the Z fighters if he were on their side? My brain just exploded, but I don't know. I really don't know.
They're basically asking if Broly joined their side, which is not possible. Would they have a chance against Buu or Cell? Against Cell,
well, they had a chance against Buu already because Goku could have killed him at any time. He was just an asshole and decided not to.
According to Goku, yeah. And Broly, see, there's too many factors here because number one, the Cell game was a one-on-one competition. I feel like if they all ganged up on Cell before he became Super Perfect Cell, they probably would have beat him, right? However, if it's one-on-one, I don't think Broly could have beat Perfect Cell. Number two, the Majin Buu thing. So if Broly trained for 7 years, I suppose he'll have a chance against Majin Buu. But if it's just Broly from movie 8 or whatever, then absolutely not. But again,
movie 10, like I think
I could see that
take
Broly
Cell.
having a chance. Well, okay, yeah, I agree with you. I'm talking about Buu. Like movie 10, Broly would have more of a chance against Buu, but
yeah,
I think
though.
Buu's too durable.
Like Broly couldn't beat. I don't think Broly could beat Buu in a fight. Like the thing is, even I don't know if Fat Buu necessarily knows like how to absorb people. Like he might have lost it when he turned into Daikaio. I don't know. But like he would win. Like he could just turn Broly into candy and eat
That's
him.
true. That is when you talk about the candy factor. Yes, he would turn him into candy.
Even if they're equal in power, Buu will win because he can regenerate and he would turn him into candy. Like that's the ultimate thing. They were able to turn Vegito into candy, but Vegito was magic, combined with the fact that he had like the most ridiculous power ever. So obviously it didn't work, but that wouldn't work with Broly.
Agreed. All right, well, that's it for this April Fool's edition of Geekdom Q&A. And if you are a fool, go subscribe to LaughingStock Media. I'm sure he'll have some fun stuff coming up. And thank you as always. I love each and every one of you. I mean, that keeps sending your questions in. I'll get to them when I can. There's way, way, way too many of them for me to ever get to all of them. But hey, keep trying. And I'll catch you down the road.
And you better subscribe now.